Because I talk a lot about my clients' successes and things dancers are doing and how their food relationships are shifting and how they're getting job offers. And a lot of times then fear tells us, but if you did this, it wouldn't help. Hi dancers, Jess here. Welcome back to the Whole Dancer YouTube channel. Today, I'm excited to talk a little bit about some of the times when dancers reach out for coaching. If you've had the thought, I don't need coaching, or I have it kind of easy, or I'm not struggling that much, or my life is somewhat balanced, or I should be investing my money elsewhere. I need to be paying for privates or leotards or point shoes. If you've had any of those thoughts, if there's been anything that has held you back from seeking out support from myself, I'm a health, nutrition, and lifestyle coach, or another coach like a mindset coach or a confidence coach, I just want you to think about why you've been held back. Because so often there is fear surrounding something like this. Because I talk a lot about my clients' successes and things dancers are doing and how their food relationships are shifting and how they're getting job offers, right? And these kinds of things. And you hear that. And a lot of times then fear tells us, but if you did this, it wouldn't help. If you did coaching, you wouldn't have those same results. You wouldn't be getting jobs. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make a difference for you. And that is our mind trying to keep us small. It's our mind trying to hold us back from what's possible. And it's super common. It's not something to feel bad about or to get down on yourself for. It's something that we do as a protective measure, right? It keeps us in the same place, which feels safe. But really what it can end up doing is slowing down progress or not allowing you to get the support that you would really benefit from, or just not allowing you to take steps forward that are going to be most productive for your career and dancing and life. So I wanted to talk about some of the dancers who have reached out to me more recently for free coaching calls and then have signed up for one-on-one coaching programs. First being the dancer who's going to a summer intensive and then planning to start a pre-professional program in the coming fall. And this is great. This is something where dancers recognize, this is going to be a new environment for me. The stress might be increased, the pressure might be increased, the caliber is going up a notch or two. And I want to make sure I show up at my best. So something you can do with coaching in that scenario is gain some clarity in how you're feeling around your fuel plan. You can make sure that you have a mindset for success, that you're not going to be thrown off your game by being surrounded by new dancers or new teachers. It's so that once you're actually in that environment, you'll be able to assess situations in ways that are helpful to you. And you'll know, is this a situation where I need to change something in how I'm approaching my dancing, or I have to change something in the way I'm showing up? Or is it possibly a situation where this is the new teacher's mentality, or is it an environment that is just different than what I'm used to? And I like to help dancers feel empowered in new environments. And this is a really important time to gain some coaching or to get some coaching. In the pre-professional time, you're also usually still in your teens. And so routines need some adjustment. You would probably benefit from maximizing sleep and considering your fuel plan and just looking at these different lifestyle areas that we often push off to the side or don't focus on, especially in the pre-professional arena. We are telling ourselves just have to dance. That's all we have to focus on. That's the number one thing. So that is one really beneficial time to seek out some coaching support. The next one is the dancer who is starting a college dance program. So something that dancers face in high school dance scenarios a lot of the time is once you get to be the oldest dancer in that program, you're around younger dancers, many of whom have not yet gone through puberty. And so the body comparison can be pretty extreme at that point. And now it's possible that that has had an impact on your mindset that you don't want to bring with you into the college dance environment, or it's had an impact on your food choices that, again, you don't want to bring into the college dance environment. So as you prepare for that transition, making sure that you have someone who has been through that sort of thing, who knows the pressure of college dance, who has experienced that and can give you insights into what this life balance might look like in order to maximize your time in school. I think that we assume that at a college dance program, there is this requirement to show up in a certain way. And in some ways, I had some professors who were saying to us from day one, 4 years flies by, 4 years flies by, make sure that you're getting the most out of it. And then there's other part of your head that's telling you, I don't know, 4 years is kind of a long time. But I find I'm not going to say waste, but didn't maximize some of the time I had in college. And part of it was due to lifestyle choices. Part of it was 100% due to my food relationship, and some was absolutely due to body image stuff. So when you can go to college and maximize your time by ensuring that you're making these choices around food and your body and your lifestyle and your routines, and you're prioritizing and balancing school and dance to the best of your ability, then you're going to maximize your results. And from a strategic standpoint, I also encourage college dancers who I work with to be auditioning all throughout your 4 years so that you can maintain that connection to the audition world and what the competition is like and all of that. So, there are some strategy pieces as well when I work with college dancers, but I have a number who are just coming in and are going to be starting college in the fall. And that's a really great time to get some coaching support because it can make a huge impact on how you're able to maximize your time in school. So you come out feeling ready for a company. Whether your professor prepared you exactly for it or not, working with someone who has made that transition from college to company can help you to prepare for that transition as well. Which brings me to the next dancer who I've heard from in the last couple of weeks about coaching, the dancer who is starting her first professional job in the new season. With this, it might be straight out of high school, it might be out of college. In both times, it is the highest pressure transition I have ever experienced myself because you're in this bubble. At least that's how I felt in college. But likely if you're just in a pre-professional high school program, you're in a bubble there as well. It feels safe. It's gotten comfortable over those years. And then you're going to something totally new where you're at the bottom rung of the ladder. And usually you're reminded of that all the time. And you want to show up at your best and at your fullest, and you want to dance with confidence, and you want to feel good about your body, and you want to know that even in the more challenging moments, like, you can keep taking steps forward. When I work with dancers going to first companies, I even talk to them about how they're communicating with artistic staff, because that is often a missing piece. You should feel comfortable in those interactions. You should be initiating meetings if and when you need them. And I think that, or I know based on my clients' experience, that when you take that initiative, when you create that more comfortable communication, it also increases the likelihood that you're going to get a job because you're creating a real connection with these people versus there being a wall that sort of keeps you separate. And like this wall is like the wall of fear, I'll say, so that keeps you separate. They don't get to know you as a person, and then you're only being judged on your dancing and like whether it's improving and how you're doing with choreography and performing and things like that. When you can bring a connection into it and you know each other as people and you create a little bit more closeness there, it's only going to help your potential to get a job. Part of that is that you're demonstrating that you're mature and you're demonstrating that you're able to have sometimes challenging or uncomfortable conversations. And that's something that many artistic directors do value in a dancer. Some, it won't have a huge impact, but I've seen it a lot where that does have an impact on prospects for jobs. So that transition into your first company, and also to know and to have someone to talk to who's been through it, so that on the hard days, on the days where you're worried you're not working up to your potential or up to what they expect, you know that it is okay and there are ways to work through it. And there are some mindset tweaks you might try in order to feel and know that you're doing your best and you're showing up at your best, your personal best. The next dancer I've heard from more recently is the one moving to a new company. So this is a dancer who's already in a professional job, but has gotten a new contract elsewhere and is ready to move on to a new company. Some of the things that go on there is you're, again, moving to a new city in most cases. You have to adjust to being around new dancers, new artistic staff, a new routine. If you have a second job, you're managing that. So, there's just a lot of life tweaks that need to be made. Sometimes these dancers who are transitioning from one company to another have been with me already coaching, and they have identified through our work that that first company was not a great fit for them. And that might be from a body perspective, that might be from a stylistic perspective, whatever it is, they've gotten clarity that that was not the best fit. So then going to a new company, they know what they can find out, right? They've asked questions, they've done the digging to know like kind of what this company is about. They've talked to dancers, they have an idea about company culture, but you never actually know until you're in it. So it's going to be partly that transition into a new environment where you're still learning the ropes, you're still gaining a full sense of what the company experience is like there. And that takes a lot of adjustment. Life adjustments add stress, so having support through them is a game changer for many of us. It makes a huge difference in how you're able to show up, how you're able to perform. And I say this a lot whenever I'm talking about audition coaching. The dancers who I work with very consistently get jobs and get next jobs or find new training places because they are taking care of their minds, they're taking care of food and body relationships. They're not just hyper-focused on the dancing. And it makes a difference. And I want you to think about if making this change and making this shift in attention could improve your dance experience as well. And think about if it's going to help you take your dancing to the next level or get to the next step in your career. Some of the dancers who reach out to me for coaching don't have any transitions going on, but they've recognized that the way they're currently taking care of life and, connecting to goals or the life they're envisioning doesn't quite match up to what's going on in reality. And that sometimes just needs outside perspective and attention to how you're relating to yourself and those around you, and some strategies to shift the thought process around food or to shift the thought process around your body to make sure that caring for yourself is number one. What the whole dancer is really about, which you saw in the intro video, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch that one. I'll tag it here. It's about supporting you to be a whole person, to feel fulfilled, to find the joy in this career because it should be full of joy. And so that is a huge part of what coaching can do for you. If you haven't had a free coaching call with me yet, be sure to click the link below and sign up. There is absolutely no obligation to sign up for coaching beyond that. It is just an opportunity to talk about what your goals are, to gain some clarity, for me to offer you some action steps so that you can start to take productive moves forward. And then if you're a good fit, we'll talk about what it would look like to work together. I think a lot of times, like I said, the fear gets in the way, the fear slows you down. So I want you to ask yourself if it's like a fear that's slowing you down. I'm very non-intimidating in coaching calls and in general, I promise. So I know you'll feel comfortable sharing with me. And that is one of the things that I think helps dancers who work with me. It's one of the most impactful things is that they do feel comfortable in the connection. And that's what the free coaching call is about, is seeing if it's a good fit, if it's a good connection, and if working forward together is going to help you to take your dance journey to a higher level or a more joyful level or a more fulfilling level. So reach out. If you've not yet subscribed to the Whole Dancer YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Give this video a thumbs up, and any questions about coaching or working together, leave a comment below. I would love to respond to them right here on YouTube. I'll connect with you next time. Bye.